Yeah, he looked as sharp his last fight. He did what he had to do. He definitely can get a rematch for sure. Hopefully sooner than later.
Gervonta Tank Davis has finally broken his silence. After months filled with uncertainty, controversy, scrapped bouts, and stepping away from the spotlight, Tank has publicly revealed the opponent he wants next. And it wasn't Jake Paul. It wasn't Lamont Roach Jr., and it wasn't an easy comeback fight either. Tank has set his sights on Isaac Pitbull Cruz. The moment he made it official, the boxing world reacted instantly. Not because the matchup itself is unexpected, but because of the timing, the circumstances, and everything Tank has endured throughout 2025, that this moment feels like the opening of a new phase in his career, and it could end up being the most meaningful fight he has remaining. Let's unpack it all. For months, Tank Davis had gone quiet. Ever since the disputed draw with Lamont Roach Jr. earlier this year, fans were left guessing about what his next move would be.
The exhibition match of Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. What's your thoughts on that? Just overall, do you feel like Gervonta Davis is more checked out than being checked in boxing right now?
Sentí que Gervonta Davis está más desenganchado del boxeo que enganchado con el boxeo, considerando lo que aceptó con Jake Paul.
Sí, totalmente.
At one point, he was gearing up for a huge exhibition bout against Jake Paul, a fight that would have drawn massive global attention. Then, almost overnight, everything unraveled. Domestic violence allegations came to light. The Paul matchup was abruptly called off, and Tank disappeared from the public eye.
Yeah, he just represents everything that's wrong with boxing, unprofessionalism, and he's getting what he's reaping what he sows. But I hate working with people like that. He stands everyone up, film crews, everything. Doesn't do any promotion, doesn't do any posts, but it is what it is. I'm actually glad this all happened this way so that he doesn't get, the biggest paycheck of his life.
He rejected the accusations and claimed that calling off the fight was Jake Paul's choice. But regardless of the explanation, the reality remained the same. The entire event fell apart.
Enjoying the feast of the day is Miami resident hip-hop star in Louis Ruby Rose!
With or without the ankle monitor on?
That's corny. That's super corny. I don't know how much I weigh.
And the handcuffs too.
Huh? What are you talking about, fam?
How do you win this fight?
That outfit is trash. For real. That outfit is garbage. And that hairstyle. Anybody that ever rocked a mohawk is a clown. We all know this. Anybody rocked a mohawk. Name
You
them.
want to see clowns? You want to see clowns? Gervonta, you're the clown, buddy. You're the clown, Gervonta. Any man who puts his hands on a woman is the clown.
For the remainder of the year, Tank went completely silent. There were no interviews, no training clips, no media appearances, not even his usual vague posts online. Fans were left wondering whether he planned to return to the ring at all, or if he was considering walking away from boxing altogether.
1 foot in, 1 foot out too. What are you talking about? You know how much money he got? You know how hard it is getting out that bed to go run early in the morning in gym for hours, and you know you looking at 20 million easy. You own all this real estate. You rich, rich. You don't have to do this ever again. Then the compounding interest. Like let's say 20 million in the bank. He get 5% off of that, so he probably making 500,000 in interest. He's not even spending his money. So it's like, hell yeah, he out of here. What? He gone.
Then the Cruz versus Roach fight took place. It was a high-drama showdown between two fighters Tank has already faced. Roach entered the bout fresh off a disputed draw with Tank earlier in the year, while Cruz remained the fighter many fans felt had earned a rematch with Tank ever since 2021. Their clash ended in yet another majority draw, sparking widespread debate, frustration, and non-stop online arguments over whether Roach should have been declared the winner.
Since this started, have y'all grown general dislike for each other?
No, not at all. This is our job right here. Lay it all on the line. I know I'm coming with everything I got. So let me better come with everything you got.
He's very aggressive, very intense fighter. Do you have to change anything that you do for this particular fight?
We're going to let him worry about what we got going on over here. Maybe he'll adjust, but like I said before, I got 10 ways to win. He got one.
There you go. Last question. You told me the other day you're tired of leaving things in the judge's hands. Is this going to be a knockout for you this Saturday?
Well, I can say, if he dies, he dies.
There you go. No Roach, 7-6 to war, baby. You got me.
Tank was watching closely, and as soon as the final bell sounded, he took to X and began posting immediately. Most of his comments were directed at Roach. Tank labeled him a gatekeeper, claimed he lost the fight, and said he wasn't on Tank's level. The tone felt personal and clearly frustrated. But when fans questioned why Tank wasn't directing the same criticism toward Cruz, his attitude shifted entirely. Tank responded by saying, "I'm taking him next as soon as my knee gets better." In that moment, Tank's path forward became obvious that TO understand why this announcement matters so much. You have to look back at their history. In 2021, Isaac Cruz stepped in as a late replacement opponent.
Davis trying to get those uppercuts in, and here he winds up with one, and there a very conscious effort by Cruz to block that punch. That was kind of impressive, wasn't it? Because that punch gets in. And
Most fans expected Tank to steamroll him. Instead, Cruz fought with relentless forward pressure, looking like someone who simply refused to take a step backward. He kept coming, took Tank's hardest uppercuts, dug to the body, and applied a level of intensity Tank hadn't encountered before. Early in the fight, Tank injured his hand, which clearly affected the power on his left side. For the first time in his professional career, the fight went to full 12 rounds without Tank seriously damaging his opponent. Although Tank won the decision, the takeaway wasn't dominance. The reaction afterward was very different. Fans left saying a rematch was necessary. Cruz built his reputation on that performance. He didn't win the fight, but he didn't fold either. And in boxing, lasting against Tank Davis can sometimes send a louder message than winning outright. Tank understands that. Cruz understands it too. And fans have been waiting years to see that unresolved rivalry finished. There's another reason this rematch carries even more weight right now. Tank's career sits at a crossroads. The draw with Roach hurt his standing in the eyes of many supporters.
That people want to discredit Tank, he's still a pound-for-pound fighter.
Yeah. What do you think about that fight that happened? You thought it was just an off night, or?
Everybody has an off night. Everybody has an off night. Shit, I had a off night with Cruz. Everyone has a night. It's boxing.
You want to run that back with Cruz or what?
Maybe down the line.
The scrap matchup with Jake Paul made him appear unreliable. The legal issues, combined with his extended silence, only deepened the sense of uncertainty surrounding his future.
Tank Davis, he got arrested. I mean, any thoughts on that one?
You did, huh? Again?
Yeah, again.
Hey, look, I actually like Tank Davis. He's a good, he's a good kid. He's a good fighter, a great fighter, actually. He's one of my favorites. Just get your... That's it. You know, basically. Just shit, you don't hit women, man.
Tank doesn't simply need to get back in the ring. He needs to make a statement. And there's no more fitting opponent for that purpose than the one fighter who tested him more than anyone else ever has.
Tank Davis is not the face of boxing because he doesn't fight often. He fights once a year. And he's probably one of the best talents in the world. I love Tank Davis. I love watching him fight. I love when he goes in the ring and just demonstrates power and speed and he doesn't give a sh. I love that. But he has to fight more often. We want to see Tank fight 3-4 times a year. Tank Davis, I dare you to break my record. 5 world title fights in 1 year. Let's go.
You think he's lost?
Here's the reality. Cruz has evolved. He's stronger at 140, throws more volume, and carries himself with greater confidence. He's now the WBC interim super lightweight champion. He's been through wars, dealt with adversity, and earned a reputation as one of the toughest fighters in boxing today. If Tank defeats Cruz convincingly, the doubts vanish. If he struggles, the criticism grows louder. And if he loses, it reshapes his legacy entirely. That's why this fight carries so much weight. There's also the issue of Tank's knee injury. When he mentioned needing time to recover, fans immediately split into 2 camps. Some believe the injury is legitimate. Others see it as a strategic move, a way to buy time and restore credibility.
Tank is done. Tank is hung him up, shoes off, get the bag, put a plaque up, he done. Tank is done.
When you say done, you mean like not fighting anymore?
Tank is checked out mentally. Tank is gone mentally. Tank looking for the big bag, of Jake Paul, Pacquiao, something solo, and he's looking to, hey, I'll see you later. Tank is standing. He's not going to fight Shakur Stevenson at all. At all. I don't care how much money Turkey offer, give him 4 Lamborghinis, whatever. Tank ain't taking that fight.
The real picture will come out in training camp footage, but what matters most is that Tank still believes he can come back at the top level. Cruz, however, isn't the lightweight Tank faced years ago. He's now a full super lightweight. His punches carry more weight, his pressure is more precise, and his durability has improved. On top of that, he enters this fight with renewed confidence after a standout performance against Roach. This brings up a key question that could determine the fight's outcome. What weight should the rematch take place at? Should Tank attempt to pull Cruz back down to 135 or step up to 140, where Cruz now feels more comfortable and natural?
Que la gente no daba, pues no creía en mí de lo que yo podía hacer, de que pensaban que yo nada más era de un solo estilo que iba hacia enfrente, que no sabía boxear, y creo que demostré que tengo las capacidades físicas y mentales pues para sacar más recursos boxísticos, y creo que le demostramos ante un gran peleador que pues era todo el estilo diferente al mío, ¿no? Y pues sí, totalmente estoy enojado, decepcionado con los jueces porque pues no sé qué tipo de pelea vieron, la verdad. Creo que pues no sé de dónde vieron el empate. Y bueno, a final del día pues me quedo con un buen sabor de boca porque pude retener el título en mi primer defensa. No como uno hubiera querido tal cual la victoria, pero bueno, lo importante es que se hizo el trabajo y se logró lo que...
Tank has never been a naturally large lightweight. Moving up to 140 could leave him at a physical disadvantage, while staying at 135 might sap Cruz's strength and give Tank the upper hand. Weight will be a critical factor, and the negotiations over it could become one of the most intense parts of arranging this fight. Another dimension to the story is Lamont Roach's frustration. Roach firmly believes he defeated Tank.
Puede ser Davis o puede ser en 135, puede ser en 140, no lo sé.
Isaac, what's that fight at 135 that makes you go down?
Pues no sé, ahorita no me he puesto a ver, o en su momento cuando llegue esa oportunidad, pues nos gustaría ver y sentar con la empresa, con Sean Gibbons, ver qué oportunidad hay para poder bajar a 135.
I was hoping you were going to say Tank, the Gervonta rematch.
Puede ser Davis o puede ser en 135, puede ser en 140, no lo sé, pero si es en 135 con Davis, no hay problema y bajamos.
Roach believes he beat Cruz and feels the judges robbed him twice within a single year. He's repeatedly questioned what a fighter has to do to earn clear decisions. But there's another side to this story that doesn't get enough attention. This fight isn't just about boxing. It's about business. Tank remains one of the biggest draws in the sport, while Cruz is one of the most exciting pressure fighters out there. Their first encounter generated huge numbers, and that commercial impact can't be ignored.
In there, man. I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills. I've been telling y'all that. And I'm just glad I got to show it, honestly. I'm glad I got to show it. I appreciate, like I said before, I appreciate True Boxing Media. Some guys that didn't count me out. So that's just how I feel, man. I think I won. And, I can't wait to do it again. I can't wait to dance again.
A 2026 rematch, with both fighters bigger stars and more polished than before, has the potential to be one of the most profitable bouts of the year.
Want the rematch with Gervonta Davis? These fans have been great, and that's why, they came out and what I promised is a depth already, and we did it tonight.
Gervonta shakes his head. And here's the wildest part. This rematch is now bigger than it could have been 3 years ago. Tank is older. Cruz is stronger. Roach stirred the controversy. The judges' decisions added fuel to the fire. Fans are debating. Analysts are questioning Tank's form. And Cruz believes he's hitting his prime. The division is wide open. The risk is enormous, but the potential reward is even greater.
Good luck, champ.
Tank versus Cruz 2 isn't just another fight. It's Tank's opportunity to reclaim control of his career, his brand, his reputation, and his identity. Deep down, he knows this is the only matchup that truly makes sense for 2026.so. Here's the question for you. If Tank and Cruz meet again in 2026, who comes out on top? Does Tank need a knockout to shut down the critics? Or could Cruz pull off a shock and become the fighter who finally derails Tank's comeback? Share your predictions in the comments. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Fight Field. I'll see you in the next one.